Hello, this is your friendly neighbor Dr. Jimmy128 and I'm bringing to you game 2 between Mineski Jabito and Cube Rixilius. This game took place during the King of the Hill Challenge at the Mineski Infinity Cafe's grand opening in Cebu once again, as I have mentioned throughout all these games, but maybe you guys didn't watch the previous games and you don't know where this tournament was held, or should I say challenge. So, our players are going to be Mineski Jabito representing Mineski, one of the ultimate gaming clans, gaming teams in Cebu. I mean the Philippines, and of course representing the Queen City of the South. We have Team Cube's very own Rixilius, our Master Leaguer Protoss. Of course, if you guys didn't watch the first game, I suggest you stop the video now. Click the little see more videos posted by Dr. Jimmy and click on game number 1 between these two players. Because I am about to reveal what happened in the previous game. What happened in the previous game is that Jabito caught Rixilius off guard as he was expanding to his natural. He was able to catch the sentries out of position. Plus Jabito was able to make a huge trail of Zerglings, which of course Rixilius for the entire time was expecting Jabito to have been making drones, but instead he produced 12 Zerglings at one point and sent them all into, not all in, I mean he sent all of them into battle, and thus the downfall of Rixilius followed. That was the last game. This is this game. This time we are on Zelnaga Caverns, and it looks like Jabito is doing the gas pool build. It's about 15 gas, 15 pool, a very good, solid, economic, safe opening. And Rixilius is going for the very standard Protoss build gateway. He's gonna get his cybernetics core. He's supposed to plop it down here. However, Jabito now has the drone. He's blocking the cybernetics core. It's now delayed by 65 minerals. And it was delayed by 90 minerals right there. So very nice harass there from delaying tactics there by Jabito. What it does is it forces Rixilius to put the cybernetics core up here. He would have preferred to have it down here for this little small choke. But because of the drone, he was forced to put the cyber core here to delay. To prevent any further delay in his tech. But this in turn grants Jabito a more surface area for his Zerglings to attack. So let's see if this will come into play as the game moves on. It looks like Jabito now is poised to get his second base, which will be his first expansion. The one zealot here to guard here. There is the warp gate research on the way. Rixilius now grabbing 2 gates. I mean 2 gas. Look at Jabito now sending out a couple of Zerglings. Looks like he wants to be aggressive very, very early. Let's look at the unit count. He has 10 Zerglings. And there's only 1 zealot out for Rixilius. He may be forced to chrono boost the stalker, which he is. And oh, we have a ninja drone that just went through the zealot. This will grant much more DPS, and here comes the stalker. The zealot will not survive, that is for sure. Rixilius now forced to pull probes off the line to secure the wall off. And that ninja probe, man, did a whole lot. And here comes the Zerglings again, but the stalker should be, no, the stalker doesn't get that time out. The probes are still there, they can still attack. And the stalker looks like it's gonna go down. Jabito is now focusing the stalker. There's 4 Zerglings and the stalker is at very little life. Minimum life 20 HP, 16 HP, 12 HP. Oh wow! So Rixilius saves the stalker with just 4 HP with that clutch force field and the probes. So it looks like this proved to be a small but motivating victory here for Rixilius, able to save that one single stalker and take out about 14 Zerglings for the price of a zealot, maybe a couple of probe. No, not one probe. No probes at all. For the price of a zealot. And looks like wow, Rixilius is now deciding to go for the Twilight Council. Looks like we have a probe here just checking out what is going on. Jabito, though, there's not much check going on. Looks like he's now just switched to mass producing drones right here. And will Rixilius go for Blink Stalkers this game? But it looks like or not, I don't know. But it looks like Rixilius now is poising to get his own expansion. Looks like we have a couple of Zerglings here just to spot this. There are 3 sentries and 2 zealots. They should be able to be enough to hold off this attack. Jabito was just doing that mainly for scouting purposes, and we have a Roach War now on the way. For Rixilius, he's still on 3 gate, and wow, he has a Dark Shrine on the way. So I do, yes, and Jabito does not have any detection. He doesn't have an evolution chamber. He doesn't even have a lair. So will Rixilius be able to catch Jabito off guard? Stealth is the name of the game. Can Rixilius hide his Dark Templar before Jabito can spot them? Jabito right now has no idea that there is even a Twilight Council. So let's see if this tech play will grant Rixilius the win. Looks like we have 4 roaches now on the way, and we have 3 roaches on the field, so this looks like it's going to be a 7 roach rush. Well, not exactly rush, but a delayed roach rush here from Jabito. These 7 roaches will be backed and supported by a bunch of Zerglings. As we can see, there are 16 Zerglings on the way. Force just now going down. A cannon would be very helpful, and maybe even a stalker. The stalker is just chilling right here with 80 shields and 4 life. And here come the 7 roaches, and here come a huge swell of Zerglings going to be flooding into the natural of Rixilius. Will Rixilius be able to have enough to defend this yet? He's warping in a couple of Dark Templars, so that should help a whole lot. But this will, however, reveal the tech now for Rixilius. And just after that, Jabito is now getting his lair, because he has absolutely no detection. If Rixilius would send these Dark Templar into the mineral line right now, that would prove to be very devastating for his economy. However, Rixilius is only opting to have the Dark Templar attack the roaches. And oh, looks like we have a bunch of Zerglings swinging from behind, going to the back door, just catching the probes as they are just transitioning over to the natural. However, there are a lot of sentries, there will be a lot of force fields, and a lot of zealots here to guard this. And Rixilius now forced to open a couple of more zealots. And the roaches have now returned to apply more pressure. Looks like most of the zealots have been taken out. However, the roaches are here. There is one Dark Templar though that can snipe the roaches. However, it will take a while. Looks like we have another Dark Templar warping in for Rixilius. However, the Zerglings will be able to get in and see exactly what is going on. It will spot this robotic facility. It will spot, of course, the tech. But it looks like this should be cleaned up, no problem. However, the Dark Templar are here. They're taking out the Queen. However, Jabito running the drones away. There is a Spore Crawler. He can snipe that out, no problem. The lair though is done, so he can warp in. He can definitely morph in an Overseer. However, Jabito is also now harassing the probe line of Rixilius, and Rixilius is now laying siege to this expansion. However, it would be much more useful if he'd be attacking the drone right now, because an Overseer is on the way, and a bunch of Zerglings and roaches will be spawning. And let's see how many okay, Rixilius has killed quite a bunch of drones, so he has killed 12 drones, but he could definitely do more damage with this Dark Templar. Let's check out a couple of Zerglings just hanging out over there. And looks like the Dark Templar harass has ended. There is no Spore Crawler yet though. There you go, there's a Spore Crawler right there. Looks like this Dark Templar is going to be spotted as soon as the Overseer gets here. Yeah, let's watch him die. Ugh. And however,